Hey guys, Bram Ready here, and welcome to the Forest Fair Village Mall in Forest Park, Ohio. Oh boy, it's been a long time coming for this one. I've been wanting to go to this mall for, I would say since Dan Bell has uploaded the video Forest Fair Village. So here we are walking into this thing. This was absolutely insane. And I gotta say, since I'm walking in right here, I have never experienced a more surreal feeling in my life than walking into this thing. Realizing that after months of wanting to go here, and I've literally had dreams about this place, and then here I am standing in this behemoth. So if you're seeing this mall for the first time, you might be looking at me weird, or looking at the video weird. Like, this mall isn't that big. It's just this little one-level mall. Okay, so either stick with me or skip ahead. You'll definitely see that you're wrong on that one. So I'm just going to point this out real quick. See that on the right, that white drywall going all the way down? That whole length of the corridor was a Big's outlet. Pretty big. So this mall, I guess you could put it this way, has 0 stores. This thing is 1.5 million square feet. The only thing in the mall is an arcade and this play zone, which I think can be accessed from outside, so it has no impact on the mall whatsoever. It does have Kohl's, Bass Pro Shops, and Babies R Us as anchors, but you can't even access them from inside the mall, so they're virtually not even connected to the mall in any way. So this mall is, I can't even describe in words how amazing it is. This is, in my opinion, the best dead mall. Obviously, you have malls like Rolling Acres Mall, Century 3 Mall. You know, they have more of the story, but this mall, it's always been dead. It used to be the most upscale mall around, probably, when it opened. Some guy said that the stores, when it opened in 1989, I believe, the stores in the mall were something you would find on Rodeo Drive in Hollywood or Beverly Hills. And obviously, those stores can't survive in a Cincinnati suburb, so most of those closed up soon. I'm not really, well, I really don't feel like going on Wikipedia and looking at the history right now, but I believe the owners of the mall went bankrupt just a few years into the mall life, and that really killed the mall. Stores started leaving, and by the early 2000s, the Mills Corporation bought the mall, renamed the Forest Fair Mall to Cincinnati Mills, put $70 million into renovating the mall into what it is today. This beautiful, giant, absolutely behemoth of a mall. And it's nuts, because the only people you'll see there are mall walkers, just running, just speed walking laps around the mall. This mall is pretty much dead silent. You heard that in the beginning. The only things you could hear were little kids yelling. You could hear that from the opposite end of the mall. It's insane. As you can see, the mall is broken up into 3 neighborhoods, I think. And you can see this one is like all ocean themed. It looks insane. Like, I'm going to say this is the nicest mall I've ever seen. And notice I said mall, not dead mall. I've seen malls with 200 stores that don't look as good as this one. And this one does not have a single store. So this mall is literally abandoned. It's insane that it's the nicest mall I've ever seen. It's the biggest dead mall I've ever seen. And it's the deadest dead mall I've ever seen. It's crazy. You take those 3 things and you put it into one. And you have this gigantic, very dead mall. It's just beautiful. This mall is just crazy. It's, hardwood floor. It's just a giant. It's 1.5 square million feet. It's just huge. I don't know how many stores this thing could fit. I would guess maybe 200. This thing is just it's just huge. You know, look up there. There's leaks. There's a hole in the ceiling. This place is just becoming run down. When you're outside, the parking lot is completely empty. They have a parking garage. I believe it's like 2 or 3 levels, and they don't even use it because they can't even fill up a 16th or a 36th or 32nd of the normal parking lot. You know, it's beginning to grow weeds in between the cracks and on the sidewalk, and the entrances to the mall are dirty. So I'm gonna quit talking for now. I'll point some things out along the way. So this is my absolute favorite wing of them all. It's just screaming, absolutely screaming early 2000s aesthetics. That early modern 2000 design. You can see the colors, the crazy architecture, the carpet, the huge chandeliers hanging from the ceiling. The anchor at the end of this wing is Bass Pro Shop, and you'll see that you can't even access it from inside the mall. As you can see, most of the lights are actually off, so it's pretty dim in this mall. So, it's just absolutely crazy. So the store we're about to look into right here was actually Saks off 5th. Here's a look inside. You can see that you could access it from the outside. So it's kind of like a mini anchor. I forget how I knew it was a Saks off 5th. I think you could kind of make out the label scar on the storefront. So it's insane. Like there is no stores at all. See, there's no people. There's very little. Well, there was some people just walking, but you just look. There's no one there. There's not a single open store in sight. It's crazy. You have this beautiful mall, this humongous mall. You would expect this mall to have 200 stores, bustling with people. This is just there's just no stores. There's no stores. There's no people. You have this humongous mall with just nothing in it. The thing with something in it is this store, this empty store. Looks like it probably closed recently because it actually still has its signage up. Beauty Express, as you can see, they just left fixtures laying in there. Like they didn't even care anymore. So it's really surreal walking through this mall. It's actually I've never went in a mall and felt so small. The ceilings are high. It's just popping with everything. You feel like a little ant in the human world just walking around. It's absolutely crazy. So this right here, I believe, was Steve & Barry's. On the outside of the mall, they actually left their signage up, so that's actually pretty cool. I believe they got liquefied in 2009. So thinking that sign's been up since 2009. The mall's been closed that whole time. So here is just the most open part of the mall. I would almost call this a center court. You know, I think they used to have activities down here in this section of the mall. I believe there used to be a Ferris wheel. There used to be a carousel in this portion of the mall. As you can see, there's a little gazebo, or whatever it's called. It's just humongous. And as you can see, there's an anchor store right where I was looking at. That was Burlington. We're gonna get a look inside in just a minute. As you can see, there's just nothing. Empty kiosk. just open space. There's a fountain there off, and there's a cricket kiosk right there. Awesome, free savings. Well, can't get those anymore. So you can clearly make out this label scar. This is probably one of the sharpest label scars I've seen on the interior storefronts. And I'm gonna walk up and take a peek inside. So you can see the escalators in the back. It's a big dark space. So here is the next wing of the mall. This is where Kohl's is, and as you can see, look at those big lights, those humongous lights. There's these LED lights up there. There's making a lot of buzzing noise. So I just love these corridors. You're walking up this hardwood floor. It's modern, and there is no people in sight. There's no stores in sight. It's just mind-boggling. I could say it a million times, but I really think more people need to know about this mall. It's a very popular dead mall, obviously. Looking at it, you would think that most of the dead mall community should know about this mall. But just in general, I just feel like everybody should know about this mall. And even though it doesn't have the most interesting and surreal backstory, the mall itself is just crazy. So I believe Kohl's still uses its second floor, but when we walk up closer to Kohl's, you can see they have the signage stripped off, and they totally blocked off the entrance. Downstairs, there are 2 doors. You might be able to go inside. I don't know. I didn't try. And here, as you can see, look at these 2 escalators. Both of them are off. Some weird decor hanging from the ceiling. As you can see, they look at the paint, like the yellow and the blue, and there's Kohl's. See, there's 2 doors, so you might be able to open them up and walk inside. So there's another look at that awesome skylight. There's a lot of just random furniture in this mall. There's some chairs sitting around, tables, and all of them are just, looks like no one has sat in them in years. So it's really, really, really crazy. I'm gonna say that a million times. So here is the food court, completely vacant. Chairs that have not been sat on in God knows how long. As you can see, it's a completely empty food court. This is in the wing with all the fish and stuff. So as you can see, it's like aquatic theme. You know, it looks like it's in a poles over there look like they're like, what are they called, buoys and stuff. Just a light blue color scheme. You can actually see over there, you can see places that were open. One said a Adobo grill, one was like a brain freeze grill. So it sounds like they had some pretty good food. And what I was really thinking about just walking through there is, what were some of these stores? Like, there's so many empty stores. You can think of the big name brand stores, big chains, and you could imagine those being there. But what else was in there? So right here, this was one of the movie theaters, and as you can see, it says Cincinnati Mall. After it was Cincinnati Mills, it got changed to Cincinnati Mall. Then they changed it back to Forest Fair Village. So we're nearing the end of the video here. I hope you guys loved this video. Drop a like, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.